So my question to you today is, should we want stress? I bet, I bet that if I asked you whether you would like to live in a world without stress or anxiety, that most of you would say, count me in, and if they knew that I had a magic wand, that would allow that, I would be a very popular woman right now. So let's think about this a little bit more critically. I think there are certainly advantages to living in a world without stress. One of which is that we would, we'd be able to sleep better. We wouldn't have a variety of stress disorders. It would just feel better without stress. The disadvantage, and there are some real disadvantages. Stress, anxiety, fear, these negative emotions help us deal with the world. They prevent problems. If you weren't worrying about an exam, you wouldn't study. So there are a series of real positive things to stress that we need to be thinking about. So one of the things that we should be considering is when stress and how much stress. And there is some evidence that, that we need to find sort of an optimal level of arousal or stress or motivation or anxiety, whatever words you want to include there. We'll talk about this more in the next video, where the optimal level of arousal is going to depend on how complex, how difficult that task is. So let's go back to the critical thinking model. One of the things that we need to do is stop and think about what our values are. And so some of us prefer higher levels of stress than others. We tend to be more sensation seekers. We tend to like to run and to be busy. I tend to be more in that realm. But some of you prefer much lower levels. So recognizing those values plays into how you're thinking about stress and its effects on your life. Let's think about the second one. I want you to think critically about claims about influence. I bet if you went down the street and asked people, if I had a magic wand and could get rid of your stress, most people would say, absolutely. But they're not thinking about the other side of it. And so one of the things that I want you to be doing this semester is to consider that there's more than one way of thinking about those things. We're going to think a little bit about, we talked a little bit about context today. What kind of task are we doing? Is it a simple task or a difficult task? Difficult tasks, we want low arousal, relatively low arousal. Simple tasks, we want relatively more arousal. And then go through your life and think about what is the right level of stress for you? And what can you do to handle stress more effectively? And take care. I'm going to enjoy working with you on stress this week. Bye-bye.